Hey, welcome back to Quick Looks with the Casual Hour. My name's Bobby. Joining me is Chase, the gamer on the go. Chase, I'm really excited this morning to show you this game, Chicory. Have you heard about it?
I'm pretty excited too. I have. I've heard that it's interesting. I like the black and white aesthetic here, and this idea of painting in color, and I'd like to see more of it. I haven't actually seen a lot of it in action. Before we start, I would like to know, what are these create GIF and reset GIF things on the top right?
So I haven't messed around with that. Let's just go ahead and click on that and see what this is all about. Oh, well, I guess we're going to be saving a GIF. So that just opened up. I don't know if you saw it. Well, probably not saw it, but
No, it pauses the stream for me.
it brought up this basic system menu to save a GIF, and I don't know what GIF it was.
Okay.
But yeah,
Still, that's an odd thing that I've never seen in a game before. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. So we can do some cool stuff in the menu here. I have full control of my character. We can continue our game. But Greg, Alexis, Lena, and Madeline and friends, thank you for making this game. It's really cool. So let me get us into my save. And I think that you mentioned earlier, but I think one of the things you'll notice pretty striking is just how cool this game looks right at the beginning. So to set things up, your character, which you can name whatever in the game, and that is made by a decision early on when you start it up, has...
It's your favorite food, though, right?
It's basically you put in what your favorite food is, and that's what you're named. And so everybody you go to is the name of a food. So clementine radish and quinoa is here with us right now. And the game's premise is you are coloring and interacting with this world. It reminds me sometimes of Zelda. It reminds me other times of a Metroidvania. But the overworld itself is pretty barren. Color has been removed from the land. Chicory was the prior owner of the brush that you now wield, this magical brush. And with this brush, we can do all kinds of things like paint in areas. So if I wanted to paint that color, and I can just change my colors up and paint these items around. It's really charming in that sense. There is a way to make the brush smaller and larger, so you have 3 sizes for your brush that changes with it. You have a nice cool map that you can pull up, and you can take photos in game mode. You can zoom in on things and see what's happening. Here's your overall...
So are those bits of color on the map, are those things that you've colored in?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, those are things that I've painted.
Okay.
So it does a real time with that. And I don't think I can paint from... Oh yeah, I can paint over that. Might be like a... Hey, you painted here to go to it. I haven't used the map a ton in the quick look, or in the game. So that's new for the quick look. Inventory. This is a pretty cool thing. So you're acquiring gear in the game also. It has no benefits that I can see so far on attributes in the game, like this gives you a bigger splatter or a finer brush or anything, but it's more about just an aesthetic. And you can paint everything on your character and change the way that, in this case, pizza
that's cool.
looks. So now pizza has a new look here in the game. But as you progress through the game, you'll come into little areas you can pop into and say what's up to people. And this is your mom and dad.
Your dad's a raccoon?
Your dad's a raccoon and your mom is a dog.
Well, that's very progressive.
It is. Oh, pizza, that's incredible.
So, that's what I say to my pizza
I
every
know,
time I talk to it.
I know.
I also tell it that I'm proud of you.
Yes. There's a potluck going on. That's the next mission, if you want to call it that you'll be going into in the game. I mentioned Metroidvania stuff earlier. There are some areas of the game that you are skill checked on. Like, hey, you just don't have the ability to do this yet. I can't get to it right now, but you can see that there's some trash over here. Picking up trash and clean up the area gets you some things as well.
You can also so you were using the paintbrush to like fill in lampposts and things like that, but you can just draw on the ground, can't you?
Yeah, like if I wanted to, I could come up here and I can say Chase.
Oh, Chase. There you go.
And so Chase has his own little spot here on the world.
Sweet.
But yeah, like I can't paint.
Can you paint those birds?
Yeah. paint that one that color.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll do that there. We got these little birds that now have color. So I'm trying to find an area. I'm probably a couple hours in the game. Let's start with that too. I'm a couple hours into the game. I have unlocked one ability. That ability is that my paint glows in the dark now. And there was a cave that I had to go into that had created these pathways that these mushrooms would grow when they were glowing, and that would
hang on, can you go back a little ways?
Yeah.
A couple screens and get out of Potluck and then come back into Potluck?
Yeah.
Because I want you to look at the name when it pops in.
Let me go back out one more time. Hang on.
Okay.
The Sips River, so that's where we're at there for that.
Okay, so that has its own color palette of like greens and blues.
Yep. So
it looks like Potluck is using the colors of your character.
So you see how I'm scrolling through those colors right now in the brush.
Uh-huh.
So those are the colors.
Those are the only colors you have available
in this area, correct? So then if I come back up to Sips, so
I see now.
So now I have this color palette only. So areas that you go into change off of what colors you have available with that. Now I don't really know what to do right now. I haven't been playing this as we've talked about on other streams, podcasts. Quick looks. We're playing a lot of a game called Monster Hunter Stories 2 right now. One of the things that I like about this game is these phone booths over here. So let me figure out what we need to do. And when you call home, you're going to get a hint on what you should be doing next in the game. And I think that this is just incredibly charming and a really effective way of learning what to do next in the game.
So you would calling home is something that RPGs have done before. I believe Earthbound was one of the first ones to do it, or Mother, I suppose.
Yeah.
That was how you saved in that game, but it was also pretty charming of calling home, your dad asking if you had enough money or something like that, and then letting you save the game. But as a hint system, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
And we're starting to see it now, but like we're getting to the really cool part about it.
So Dad's got something to add, and your dad gets a little bit restless when this happens, and he basically just tells you exactly. So you have an option; you can back out if you don't want to know exactly what to do. But in this case, your dad will be like,
"Yeah, let's hear our dad."
You got to talk to the cardamom and the elveness. The way is blocked, but if you follow the path in the Appy foothills, you'll find a way there. Got that. I believe in you. Bye now. Pretty good.
That's great. So mom gives you hints, but dad just gives you the answer.
You got it.
Fantastic.
So let's head out because we were at the potluck. We've got somebody in distress here, and you'll pick up along the way some side quests for folks here in the village. This is the telling us what's going on here. There's some kind of rock slide. My family is in there, and the old wielder cardamom. But I don't know what anyone can do about it. And your character, you can tell you were a janitor, by the way, and so you've always kind of been in the background, and now you've got this whole thing about self-belief, and that you can overcome it because you are now the wielder of this magical brush, and people are like, wait, you? So there's some really cool things happening with the character progression and the stories here.
I wish I was a platypus named Barley.
No.
Sweet.
The names are just so good. It's easy for me to make this comparison because it's animals that are like having human conversations, but I think the writing does remind me a little bit of Night in the Woods at times. On how you're
shocking that you would bring that game up.
Right. A game that you know I love, but all right. So this is
it is a good game.
There we go. Can't get to that cat right now. Oh, you can erase, by the way. So I can erase.
Oh,
things.
okay.
I can erase things too. You are trying to get to those cats. I don't have way to get.
What happens when you get those cats? Is that like a collectible?
Yeah, it's a collectible in the game. I haven't seen anything in my inventory that would show like, hey, you got that many and you can do these things with them.
Okay.
Let's try going up this way. Ooh, that's new. The new item that we can't... Oh, there we are.
Ah.
We got a cute dress. Move it away for now. Uh-oh. How am I going to get down? Ah, there we go.
Oh, okay, so I'm starting to see a little bit of the painting mechanics.
Yeah.
It's not just for like aesthetic drawing stuff. You're actually solving some puzzles with it.
So sometimes these will be blocking a path, these mushrooms here. This is the first thing that you'll encounter in the game. If you just erase it, it gets small and you can walk over it. But when it's large like that, you can't go through it. And then this one, that was a brand new one. This is the first time I saw it, so that will launch us up there.
Yeah.
Bewilder Temple, that's where we want to go. So there's been multiple wielders, as you just saw there. Chicory was the most recent one before Pizza. But now we're in the foothills, and we are doing what we should be doing, following our father's directions. And you can see how these start to give you like the progression of like moving over.
Sure.
And then I think if I can get these all lined up in a way, we might be able to ride them all at once. No, that's not working. Okay.
No, yeah, you just tap one.
The music's been really good in the game. I think that there's been some really cool. I thought I saw some chicken over there. Different like elements, just like in a Zelda. Like I don't want to keep saying like Zelda, but that was something that stuck out to me. Like just the way that you're moving through these areas. And I bet you I can do this now. If I pull this one up and hop over to it, not close enough. So you have to be quick on some of the directional stuff with the game too. You'll see some bigger puzzles like this we'll come across. So let's try it, see what we get into. I want to make all of these so I can properly do this. There we go.
Oh, you need to hop up and get that gift.
Ah, yes, the gift. Ooh, a high nooner? I think we're gonna wear that one.
That looks fun. Yeah.
Let's just make that one again. Ah, shit. Forgot about that one. Cool. Ah, that's a new thing.
It's fun.
And so we got a different color palette in here. Some really nice blues, yellows, oranges. I just don't know how to move. Ah, we can move it too.
There you go.
Awesome.
What do you think that is? Like a bubble, I suppose?
I thought it was like some sort of like. I thought it would be more gelatinous, but it seems to be a bit more solid. We have that now. Okay. Clear these out over here. That's a lost kid. We got 5 of them.
Okay.
So Chase, like anything sticking out to you right now about like other styles games, like anything that you're curious about and seeing this?
No, I mean it seems like a pretty solid little Zelda game.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of Minute, but I think that's more of just, hey, it's a Zelda style game in a black and white art style.
Yeah. I never played that.
Like, oh, you should. They're both. These both seem to be interesting games with their own kind of ideas, but yeah, I mean, it also kind of reminds me of that game we played for a quick look a couple weeks ago, Toem.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, that's another black and white art style game, so I think it's just kind of natural to pull some of those.
This one's... There's a lot of interesting puzzles in this also.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how if I'm going to get over to that one.
You got it.
There we are. That's a big. This is the biggest gift I've seen. Ooh, cool.
Ooh, like a halftone. Interesting.
That's neat. That's very neat. I wonder if there's a way.
I think there was another one of those launchers down there. Isn't that
Right here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good find.
Oh, that's interesting. You can even use that as a long-range thing.
Yep. This
Probably something useful for puzzle solving later.
Yeah, buddy. So I think that this game also has a really cool. Like, obviously, you have the system with your parents, but there's something to be said about. Shit, that's not how I want to do that.
Well, it goes back to where it was when you exploded, so I think you have to push it far so you can be on the other side of it.
Good, thank you. There we go.
There you go.
There is something about like what we just did with the puzzles of that discovery, and I don't want to ruin that for everybody, but there's definitely
Sure.
some neat things, especially like how you incorporate some of these things into boss battles.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. You're supposed to get to this new town and speak with Cardamom.
Yep.
So why don't we try getting there and then we can call it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Chard.
Chard's good. I like.
Have you met Chard before?
No, but I like Chard.
Okay.
He seems all right. Just taking a little cat nap. This is probably the best way for this one. Chase, this is out on Switch, I believe. Which is, I'm playing this on PC today.
I don't believe it is. I think it is
It's
PC
not?
and PS4 only.
Oh, shit, okay.
Because if it was on Switch, I would be playing it.
Yeah.
Can you push that to the right where the other one is and maybe get a chain reaction?
Possibly. Talking about like right over here? Good thinking. Not quite enough. I think that's how we would get the gift. Pick up some of that trash down there too. This thing does not control very well.
No, it doesn't. That part doesn't look great.
No. It's a little hard. I mean, like, it's like a 3D object in a 2D space. Son of a bitch. There we go. I wonder if this will wake up Chard. Yeah.
Appears so.
Okay. I'll come back for that. Keep moving forward here. This is that town.
Mm-hmm. What would you call that town?
Is it Elveness? Elevenness?
Pretty sure it's 11.
Is that what there was an S at the end of it?
Yeah, no, but you were saying elves, and I think it's 11s.
Okay.
11s's.
I am the one who cleared the rocks. Chard, you were just there. Tell her all about my journey. I get cranky when I miss meals too.
What's her name? Licorice?
Licorice and Chard. I don't think we can get into these houses, but there's some people back here.
So what does clearing that trash do? Is that just like another collectible that you pick up?
Yes.
Okay.
The rocks are cleared. Did you see some trash over there? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Similar to the kids. Put more down here.
Jaffle? What the hell's a jaffle?
Is that food?
I mean, it has to be food, right?
I think so. Jaffle and Couscous. Still in the potluck. Knowing him, he's paralyzed with panic right now. If you see him, you should let him know that we're okay.
A
Marzipan.
jaffle is a pie iron, or like it is made. So it's kind of like a How do I tell you what this is?
You said pie iron?
Well, it makes it's like there's a thing called a jaffle iron that's similar to a waffle iron.
Oh, okay.
But it looks like it makes like a little pocket thing. Like if you wanted to make your own hot pocket.
Oh, okay.
So it like crimps the edges and then has whatever's inside. So like you could make like a grilled cheese, but it's like a triangular pocket.
Oh yeah. Like so, it's cast iron, correct?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I've used one of those when camping. I didn't know that that's what the name of it was. I think I referred to it in its technical name, a grilled cheese sandwich maker. Hey.
Yeah, I mean it's not like a panini press, but it makes like these very specific looking triangular things. They're cool. I like this. I want one of these now.
Yeah, man. So we've met Cardamom here, and Cardamom is telling us to come inside, and they're going to give us a bit more of the history. I think that would be something that you should explore on your own if you're into this game.
Sure.
This is an interesting one to do a quick look on because, again, it is a very story-focused game. It's got some really cool mechanics, and I wanted to show those off mostly as we were playing through this game today. But I think that I told you I really like this game, and I've had just a joy of playing it and getting lost in it and spending a lot of time with this game, making my little mark on the universe. It has been really rewarding, and I can come back through and make these things look how I want them to. Like just little fun shit like that, I think. Like adding color back into it, and there's been some really wholesome moments in this game of interacting with the food folk of Chicory. But you mentioned earlier this game is on PS4 and PC. I've heard that on PS4 you can use the touchpad while you're drawing and painting. I don't know how comfortable that would be or how easy that would be. My recommendation, playing this with a mouse and a keyboard. I think that makes a lot of sense on a game where you're interacting with it. But if you're not, you don't have that means to do it, I'm sure it's fine on PlayStation.
This game was kickstarted. I just found out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about it. I'm sure I will be talking more about this game later on in the year when we do our live recording of our podcast over on twitch.tv/casual, which happens every Wednesday at 10:30. If you dig what we're doing with Quick Looks, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. We post these a couple times a week on that channel. Chase and I also play games Monday nights over on the same Twitch channel for the Casual Hour called Casual Mondays. Focus usually on tactics or strategy games. We're currently in a series at the time of recording this called XCOM Mondays, which has been a lot of fun. And Fridays, we also all get together, kind of the casual crew, play some games, and it's been a ton of fun. So if you're into what we're doing, there's plenty of ways to keep up with it. We're at the Casual Hour, where social networking happens. Chase, Chicory is a cool game, and I think if you have an opportunity, you should definitely check it out because there's a lot to be said about this one.
Part of me wants to kind of wait and fingers crossed for a Switch version because that's where I think I'd play a lot of this game. But you know, if not, I'm totally fine picking up a PS4, PS5 version and diving in there. This looks cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging out with me while I played through it, and for all of those you watching, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more Quick Looks. Take care.